Alrighty folks, it is Diecastbuffet here again, and welcome back to another NASCAR Diecast review. Today we have one of the most unusual diecast releases in diecast history. It is a first. It is literally Kevin Harvick's son got a diecast. It's unbelievable. This is the Keelan Harvick 2021 Hunt Brothers Pizza Ford Mustang. I tell you what, 10 years from now, whenever Keelan grows up, I tell you what, he's going to look at this and be like, oh my goodness, I got a diecast made for myself. That is so freaking cool. And I think it's epic to see this diecast. We'll dive more into this race car. So without further ado, let's go and get it out of the box. Alrighty, folks, right out of the good old box and check out this paint scheme. So, this is pretty much a carbon copy of the Kevin Harvick Hunt Brothers Pizza car, the number 4 that we've gotten many months ago. But it has a brand new number to it, and maybe there's some different contingencies, but the main paint scheme is pretty much the same. Even the front and back windshield banners are pretty much the same because they share the identical last name. So anyways, let's dive into this car here. So you have the Hunt Brothers Pizza logo right there on the hood. Very sharp. Got the Ford logo. Got Mustang, whatever that is right there, number 62. The green and white livery, very sharp. Get the black splitter to it, so it looks pretty cool. I will say, though, the Goodyear decals are completely botched on this thing. Holy cow. That's a oopsie there. Yeah, the Goodyear decals are completely botched. That is no fun. Let's go to the left side of this car and take a little bit of a closer look at this piece. So the number one thing that stands out to me, well, is the door numbers. I mean, I love to see it. Big door numbers in the middle. That looks really good. You do see a little bit of a trim right there they should have done on the A-pillar. It does happen. You got some, like a decal piece right there. There's a little bit of a tear or something on top of the Cup Series decal. So there's a few oopsies here. Got Easy Go, got Hunt Brothers Pizza, whatever that is, and I don't know what those are. Got Morton Buildings, got Ford, Hunt Brothers Pizza, Easy Go, and Morton Buildings once again. Keelan Harvick, which I don't know why they choose the smallest name rail you could possibly have. It looks really goofy in my opinion. I really wish they would have put that centered. Obviously the race car decal, Cup Series, and whatever's left of the Goodyear decal. It's a pretty interesting paint scheme. Not the best Hunt Brothers Pizza car I've ever seen, but it's a nice, fresh look to it. I do love seeing the GT logo on the back end of the car right there. I'm not a big fan of the Hunt Brothers Pizza logos, the double, because you have double here, and they put the smallest Hunt Brothers Pizza logo on the quarter panel. You have one on the deck lid. I mean, this is... Oh, boy. Here we go. So, one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to paint schemes, guys, is when they want to move the door numbers up, okay? But you leave this gigantic piece of real estate here. I just don't understand it. Like, I get it, you know, this is their logo, but I'd rather see them Hunt Brothers Pizza. Like, you could break it up and make it long ways, and you could literally have this entire side panel to your own sponsorship. To me, this is one of those cases where probably the person who approved the paint scheme really doesn't understand maybe some of the how people look at these race cars in terms of collectability and how paint schemes are truly judged with a fine-tooth comb. That is one of the things I really don't like. The Windham Awards Ryan Newman car years ago had that same problem where they just took their logo and they put it right in the corner. I'm not a fan of that, so that's kind of a pet peeve to me. But again, you got to look for, you know, things when you're doing a review on a car. You want to find the flaws, right? So that's kind of my, kind of my objective with these reviews. But you know, I still think this is an awesome diecast. So you got number 62 Ford license plate go to the right side of the car. But again, I mean, it looks like the more I look at it now, it really makes the car look like it's unsponsored. You know, have you ever seen like those Daytona cars that may or may not make the race, and they have like a small logo on the side panel? That's what it reminds me of. Like, it's not a full sponsorship; it's just a random logo there. That's what it really reminds me of. I mean, you have this entire panel of real estate. I don't know. That's just my honest opinion there, guys. But I still recommend this car. I think this is a really cool looking piece. It's such a unique release. And the people who might be thinking, why did they make this car? This car ran at the NASCAR Pro Invitational iRacing Series. And to tell you the truth, I don't know what the temperature is going to be on these cars down the road. Because when you think about it, they made a few different releases. They made some Dale Jr. ones. They made a Jeff Gordon one. You know, they made a few of the iRacing releases. Most of them, I think, were 124 only. But I don't know if these are going to be a eyesore down the road or they're going to be highly collectible. I have no idea. So I'm not sure what the temperature is in terms of the market on these. But I think this is a great looking paint scheme. And it would make a really cool car to put in your diecast series. You could swap out the window banners or Sharpie them, whatever you want to do. Guess what? You have a 62 car. You can make anyone use that piece in your diecast series. Got the number 62 there. Hunt Brothers Pizza, and again right there on the deck lid. But if you're wanting to pick up this car, make sure to get free shipping over there at Circle B Diecast. Use the promo code Diecastbuffet on any orders $20 or more. You'll get free shipping. This paint scheme to me it's a really cool car. Don't get me wrong. I just think they dropped the ball big time with the Hunt Brothers Pizza logo. I'm just going to keep it 100% here, guys. If they would have made it, Hunt Brothers then Pizza, make it, the full side panel, it would look fantastic. Another thing this reminds me of, it reminds me of the NASCAR Heat games. When you would have a sponsor and it would just take I think on some of the NASCAR Technics games or whatever, one of the games that came out in the 2010s, they basically, when you signed a sponsorship, they would take the same identical hood logo and put it on the side. It wasn't like in the Thunder games when they would have a separate decal or logo that would cover the whole side panel, right? Like if you sign with Home Depot and on NASCAR 06 or 05, it would say Home Depot Racing on the hood, but it would also say Home Depot on the side on some of those games. So, yeah, I'm going to give this paint scheme an 8.9. I just think they dropped the ball with the paint scheme, but the fact that this car even got made is incredible. Keelan Harvick raced against his dad in that Iracing event. I want to say it was Bristol. Could be mistaken on that one. Could have been any of them. But nonetheless, it was such a cool thing. And even though this car may or may not have value down the road, because I have no idea how many they made of them. I don't know what the market temperature is on this car. But I will say, though, as a diecast collector who loves oddity paint schemes, who loves back markers, this is the greatest car you probably could ask for in terms of a diecast series person, because you could literally make this a car for any one of your diecast series. I think it's a great addition. You could literally paint over the little Keelan Harvick thing, or you could swap out the window banners, or I don't know, you could just leave it how it is. I think it's a great car, and I think it's even more epic that Keelan got a diecast made, because I think everyone deep down inside truly wishes they could have a car of their own, and I think Keelan Harvick, as the years go on, are going to be like, man, this is freaking cool. So props to Keelan Harvick for getting this car made for his son. I think it's a great thing for the whole community, guys. Thank you all so much for watching the video. Make sure to give it a huge thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe, and hope to see you in the next NASCAR Diecast review. And speaking of the man, Keelan Harvick, we have a plenty amount of his paint schemes coming up. We have the Darlington throwback car. We got the Busch Light the Crew car. The Busch Dog Brew car, Busch Candy Apple Ale car. So, I mean, we even have the Busch non-alcoholic paint scheme. So we got like 4 more Keelan Harvick paint schemes coming up on the channel. So if you're a Stuart Haas Racing cat, keep it tuned. We got plenty more coming up on the channel. So have a great one, everybody. Diecast Buffet, signing off.